Hello and welcome to the next day here in the UK on our Heritage Railway road trip. As you can tell, we've arrived in Scotland to film the Jacobite crossing the Glenfinnan Viaduct. That's not the Jacobite, but we are already here. But before we get to Jacobite, I will show you a bit of footage of the last 2 days. We've visited Stonehenge and Oxford, and then I'll also show you some footage of our journey up here and a few photos that we took in Blackpool, which was sort of a short intermediate stop on our way up north. And as always, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like. If you don't want to miss any further videos of the series or other videos, subscribe. And as always, enjoy the following footage. Okay, so if you have followed this series for the past few episodes, you will know that the last episode ended with us at the Blackpool Railway, so you might be, a bit confused as to why we are in Scotland at this point. So on Monday after the gala at the Blackpool Railway, we visited Stonehenge and also spent the afternoon in Oxford, just walking around the town a bit and enjoying some old buildings. On Tuesday, we started heading up towards Scotland and made a short stop in Blackpool on our way there, and pretty much arrived in Fort William on Tuesday evening. Now, the original plan for the next day was to go to the Glenfinnan Viaduct to get the first Jacobite service of the day, crossing the viaduct, and then do some more shots along the line. But we massively misjudged how many people would turn up and visit the viewing spot for the viaduct. So we didn't actually get a parking space for the first train, so we had to make do with a different location for the first train of the day, and then make our way to the Glenfinnan Viaduct for the second train of the day. After filming the shot of the train crossing the viaduct, we actually hiked back to the station fast enough to see the train leaving Glenfinnan station heading to Melek. We managed to film the same train twice, again on its way to Melek, once at the Loch Ness viaduct, I think that's how it's pronounced, and once just outside Melek, pretty much on the final few meters of the journey. But our day was far from over, because we still visited Loch Ness on the same afternoon and drove all the way up to Inverness and then a bit longer to our final accommodation for the night. We wanted to spend our last day in Scotland in Edinburgh, and so we made our way down there pretty early. However, we just so happened to come across the Strathspey Railway and managed to catch a Black 5 leaving Boat of Garden in the morning.
We did eventually reach Edinburgh in the early afternoon on the same day and just had a really nice stroll through the city centre and even had dinner at the same pub that we always visited on our last visit to Scotland a year ago, where we were on a school trip with our old school class. And with that, our visit to Scotland was basically over. We slept the night in a hotel near Edinburgh and then made our way down south again on the next day. This also is pretty much the beginning of the end of our UK road trip. There is one more railway to go, the Great Central Railway with the Railways at Work Gala, and this will be covered in the next episode. And yeah, as always, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like, and if you don't want to miss any further episodes, subscribe. That's it for now, and have a great day. Bye for now.